Hey guys, welcome back with another multiplayer battle with Link C. We have a siege battle today. We have Bactria on this side, Masaesyli on this side defending, and myself and Masaesyli. Bactria is the good old Legito. And we're facing off Macedon, who is very neatly laid out over on this side, and Rome. Well, this was from a while back. Um, these guys are, well, the reason why it's paused, because I have 4 units of Numidian riders set out in the front. And let's just get straight into it. Yeah, we'll discuss the army compositions as we go along. They're quite generic and normal army compositions. Anyway, I just charge out with my Numidian riders. I beeline basically for missile units. Unfortunately, the Pila throws were quite on point. They knew exactly what they were going for, and as much as you can get really good charges with these Cav, this wasn't the best of them. Although on this side, I did actually get a really decent charge on these archer units, and I trimmed them down a notch or two. But overall, this charge out, sally out was not the best. I tried to get out here and damage this Roman ballista, but again, just charging straight through elephants and through general bodyguards. Not very smart, is it now? Um, I tried to save the Numidian riders on this side, but again, they're very light, equal 4 shock cavalry, and the damage was very minimal. And I killed half a unit of missile units over here, and that's pretty much it. And his shock cavalry was still intact, whereas on this side, the Romans, minimal damage again, just trimmed at the edges of his troops, and just killed one here and there, nothing too serious. His elephants enjoyed a little bit of a snack, and so did his general bodyguard, which didn't even lose a single one. But that's absolutely fine. We have more cav where that came from. We have a citizen cav back here. We have some nice ThickBoys of our own, and myself as Masaesyli, I have quite a little bit of reserves of 4 units of Desert Cohort, Numidian Noble Infantry, and over here I have, well, wait, that's not me. This is me. Desert Cohort. Then I got some Numidian Armored Spearmen, and because I still had the money, some Slave Infantry. Up here I had some more Spearmen and an Onager, just in case they decided to attack this flank. My ally Bactria, of course, you have the Torque Swordsman, you have some allied, hey, it's for anyone who's not Maltese, that's just a Maltese accent of how to say allied. No, it's not, it's just ignore it. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Anyway, some Bactria Inroyal Guard, which are pretty neat hoplite. What this? That guy's out of position. A pretty neat elite hoplite unit. Decent armor, decent attack at the same time. Torque Spikeman, of course, and more Bactria Inroyal Guard in the rear. We are set up for a long ass defense, and we're ready for it. Yeah, we're pretty much hoping for a nice battle. I mean, I have a number of Desert Cohort ready to fight, but we'll see where that goes and if it leads to anything. The Romans push up their tortoises to the walls and try, to make the first breaches on the walls, whereas Macedon, which only brought like a limited number of siege equipment, is trying to take the walls on this side with its own soldiers. Um, yeah, that was sad. I still did they kill my cavalry? I think they killed my cavalry. I tried to charge in again, but I mean this unit of archers is down, but yeah, the Thessalonians got a decent damage there. It was too far away, and I should have retreated back into the city, or not just pushed them out at all, or even left them over here and then quietly brought them around and maybe tried to kill elephants or his general from the rear. A rear charge would have been fantastic. This legionary cohort over here got a little bit scared. I threw a volley or two of onager shots. Just just a little bit of spice. Just a little bit of spice. Torsion engines. That little thing. Just fantastic technological advancement. Let's talk about the city, shall we? While the siege starts. It's a beautiful city. So let's see. we can split it up for the sake of this battle into two main regions. You have the central corridor path here, which leads directly to the victory point in down here, and then you have the streets and the this other square over here. So you have two main squares on this side which are leading to the victory point. They're attacking from the front and from the side, but most of their army seems to be coming into this breach over here that they're making, these breaches, which it leads only away from either this or this pathway. Now there's also the city up here, which is very well defended, this upper city. You can place troops in there, yes, and you can hold out for ages. It's a little hill. It provides you, like, you can put missile units here, which provides cover of this part of the wall, which is very useful. And you can also put missile troops here and here to cover this part of the wall. So again, it's a very nice place to defend. Very few people actually attack from this side. You can also attack from the rear from this angle mainly, but that again is very limited in scope, and you'd normally just maybe put one or two siege towers there. And again, this is immensely intensely and very easily defended against any enemy attack of any sort. Now, what is happening? Well, Rome decided to start charging in with its legionary cohort and putting its army inside the settlement, whereas I did not have that many missile units. That's the downside of Masaesyli. Like, if they had Cretan archers, they would be, in my opinion, one of the most broken units, army compositions in the game. They did not have any skirmisher units whatsoever, but that is the case. They start trying to skirmish down my units over here, and they're emptying their Pila into the shield wall formation. Now, these guys have 96 melee defense and 84 armor. They're like 700 gold unit. They're very, very good for doing this. Like, I do want the ammunition to be fired straight into them. I want them to, take the Pilas, take the damage, and get the damage done. Now, you say Cretan archers for Rome. Yeah? They're glitched in. They're not meant to be there. They're a glitched in unit, or else the other way you can get it is you use a Roman from Imperator Augustus, a Roman faction from Imperator Augustus, where you get Cretan archers, which honestly alters the shape of the battle. Now, he's attacking, and I'm providing some Pila support with my desert cohort. Doesn't mean if I don't bring missile units, I don't have missiles. Did I just fill my man's back? Yeah, I'm throwing Pila into my own man over there. Anyway, this Numidian Desert Spearman barely gets anything done, but my Desert Cohort here is ready to take on the remainder of the Roman Legionnaires. Roman Legionnaires are down to 140 men already, and that's mostly just from friendly fire and from the fact that, well, they're trying to break me and they're not managing. So yeah, they have their archers over there. They still have their ballista intact on back here with the elephants, which they're keeping in reserve. Very smart move of them. What's happening on the walls over here? Well, there's auxiliary Syrian archers with which are just fantastic, and some Cretan archers over there. I believe they used the Octavian Rome for this case, because the Octavian Rome is slightly better than normal Rome, even if Rome was not broken enough. But then the elite Persian archers over here do some crossfire. Whereas, what are the attackers doing? The attackers have done this little base over here. They're putting their troops together in a uniform position where they're trying to, set themselves up as organized as possible. But they noticed the calves sally out, so what do? They build a wall, and they're protecting their missile units. So over here, there's 5 units of Cretan archers, I believe. 5 units of Cretan archers and a Syrian archer. At the same time that is happening, Rome is sending in more troops to assist this massive blob, and this blob is just intense. Like, these scale Torx Hoplites, kudos, because you are going to have to hold against a hell of a lot of troops. That said, the citizen cav over here is broken through, or at least one of them has, and it's running away. This one has engaged and has managed to break through with a charge through very disorganized desert cohort over here, and is trying to get out of this mess. But it's quickly taken down by missile fire from the right and a cav charge from the left. So it just changed direction and keeps moving, and it's trying to just get to this onager and take the onager out. The problem is it is charging into 2 units of pikemen. Now, the conditions for this game were 1-2-4, the old rules, which were, well, for Apollo's tournament. Apollo is pretty much the godfather of this game at the moment. He's the godfather. He's the grandfather of this game. He's just fantastic. This desert goat over here, it's holding on. It's acting as a sponge basically for the for the arrows of those men. But I've managed to do something naughty. I've managed to do something very naughty right here. I've placed a unit of slave infantry up there. I've tried to. Let's put it that way, but it glitched out a little bit and it wasn't working right. The idea was put slave infantry up on the walls, move them down, get them off this wall over here, and attack the Cretan archers, do the damage there. Now I'm trying to attack with my African onager and do as much damage as I can, but I'm missing terribly, which is absolutely normal considering the scenario. My ally is providing some little semblance of assistance. No, I'm joking. He was providing a lot of covering fire over here from the angle, and these legionary cohort were getting tripped down. Meanwhile, out here, the citizen cavalry is being charged in and out in formation. He manages to pretty much wipe out. Well, not much actually. No, the onagers are still here. The onagers are still here and they're chilling. They're chilling with their little knives. I mean, I don't even know how that knife is even called a sword, but anyway. So yeah, actually this, what are they doing? Wait. Oh, this guy's got stuck there. Okay, it seems he's just charging in his cavalry every now and again, trying to find a hole and trying to break the onager, which is absolutely brilliant because that's what's needed. On this side, the arrow towers providing lots of fire support and they're damaging significant. Ooh, that ballista shot over there. Not sure where that came from, but anyway, that ballista shot has done a lot of damage to these Taurus swordsmen and Taurus spears, which are being engaged into a massive blob, which is being held back by these men over on this side. On my end, I don't know what the hell he's doing over here. This on an African onager should have been massacring the troops over here, but I was not doing so. Finally, my slave infantry starts paying off for itself and gets off the bloody walls and starts damaging these Cretan archers. The elephants out here are just getting out of the way pretty much. And yeah, his onager is going back into position because it was trying to fire. But yeah, sorry, it is at the moment 12:39 a.m. Like it's really early in the morning. I've just spent like 4 hours streaming, and my brain is fried. Anyway, these Cretan archers are gone from the field pretty much. Now this is also a good trick. Like if you have stakes, I found out that the missile block chance actually increases drastically for the unit. So if you just want a unit to hold on there as long as possible, go ahead. Now I don't know what these slave infantry are doing. Pretty much they are just dying, but they're getting decent kills. I mean, slave infantry getting 70 kills, that's fair enough. Slave infantry costs 100, 200 gold maximum, and it's killing a very expensive unit, very effective unit. Granted, this unit's almost out of ammunition, but hey, can't have everything in the world. They did damage this one as well, slightly, if not significant. It killed 30 men, that's absolutely fine. They did their job. Now they're just neutralizing the arrow tower, which is also very important because now I can actually start reinforcing the section since the missiles are out of the picture. Now, there are 2 cavalry units out here still, and they're coming back in for a lovely charge into the men, and for some reason these swordsmen decided to rout outside of the settlement, which is what you do when you are in such a scenario. The rocks are being thrown at that arrow tower, trying to destroy it. I am not entirely sure why, but yeah, to each their own. And these elite Persian archers are down here. They're out of ammunition and they're ready to rumble with their lovely sticks. Look at their sticks. They have pinstripe socks. I'm admiring the socks of these men. Let me. Oh wow, that is the height of fashion. Oh, your shoes. You need high heel shoes with that kind of pants. The original yoga pants, people. These men have the original yoga pants. Okay, let's find the coolest looking one. There you go, sir. There. Chill for me. No, I said chill for me. Chill. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, sir. You have been now entered to be featured on a beautiful, lovely thing. Now, these elephants were pretty much murdered on this. Ooh, that hurts. That really hurts. Yeah. artillery hurts. Yes, 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 it does. Okay. Ooh. Come on, that was a pool. It should have turned off the. Anyway, someone just got their pool destroyed. They better call insurance. Um, yeah, I think the entire city needs insurance at this point. All right, back to the game. The elephants charged in over here, but they made a mistake. See, the units were hiding the fact that there were stakes, and the elephants will. They cannot do that well against armored Numidian spearmen, because armored Numidian spearmen have this ability which they have a charge bonus versus large, which is quite significant, but they can even make themselves stronger, significantly stronger. Now these missile units over here are firing directly into the flanks of this blob, and now their royal peltas engaged. Now again, this is not the most ideal way. This is just a blob war at this point. They've made breaches, which like decent breaches, but no matter what they're throwing at us, we're still holding the line with minimal troops. I must say, very minimal troops. Now, I made a mistake over here trying to get on top of the settlement up here and trying to kill these legionary cohort up there. They pretty much have the same stats, just mine have a little more melee defense and they have a little bit more charge armor. The cavalry out here, oh no, these are the Torque swordsmen, and the cavalry have done kind of okay damage. These guys are still getting there, but these Torque swordsmen did okay damage, and these citizen calf definitely paid for themselves as they are. That hurts. That really hurts. Those Persian archers are not having a good day over there, but no one is, it seems, today because it's a siege day, and siege days are not usually fun. People like to skip them. Now, I have this sneaky unit out here, right? These are more slave infantry. Slave infantry, again, if used right, can... I mean, look at that guy. That guy has muscles. And here, bringing back here, I guess. Now, slave infantry have... sorry, I'm just... My mind is everywhere tonight. Or today, this morning. Is it morning? Is it night? Am I going mad? Perhaps I am already mad. All right. Yeah. Anyway, back to this. Sorry. Have the attention span of a goldfish. Ooh, door. Jokes aside, these guys can be really useful, and I would really enjoy playing with them in this specific fight because, yeah. It's people don't really. It's slave infantry. It's very light infantry. It does, but they have decent weapon damage. I mean, for what you pay for, you have 35 weapon damage and 24 melee attack. That's not bad. That's really not bad, and they're so cheap. They have decent health. Their melee defense is they have no armor. They have no morale. But if you manage to get a charge with them, they do decent damage. And Masaesylis, I like them quite a lot. Now I have my general over here who has been hit by artillery, which I'm mushing. I'm charging forward. These desert cohort pretty much got a slam upon the wall, but they'll be able to hold a little bit better off the wall. And since they started throwing balls at us, it's like, you know what, I still have a little bit of ammunition left. My artillery is at 88 kills. It's a disgrace for artillery. Now, originally, the plan was that I push it here and shoot directly into there. And that would have been a great plan if I followed it to the letter, as I should have. But no, I decided to, like, you know what, it's going to be look epic. Let's just attack from a distance. No, Linksy, no, just get your artillery close up and shoot into the bloody blob. You'll get hundreds of kills, thousands of kills even. Just, Linksy did not listen to his own advice, but that's absolutely fine. Again, these Torque swordsmen are running outside the settlement. I mean, that's okay if you want to do that. Ooh. It is a beautiful settlement, I must say. But anywho, the Hoplites have pushed away more of that. Now, these archers are still decent ammunition. I mean, they did use ammunition, but they all have their ammo left. So, on our end, we only had so much ammunition. As I say that, pikemen are being pulled in, and there are 2 units of pikemen over here. I'm trying to break one of them before they do anything, because they charged in. Well, I had charged out, I think, over here, and I tried to, do some damage, but I was like, you know what, men are dying, let's go out for them. And these guys are getting slaughtered really easily, but yeah, this was a bad move from my end. It's just a waste of troops. Yeah, guys, do not do what I just did there. That is just stupid. And I had no idea what's happening there anymore. But it's the case of the cases that the cases have been made a case from cases. So I pull back my troops. I try to organize myself in a better defensive position, but at the same time, I grew emotionally attached to this location. In the case that happens to you, what you should do is you pull back your troops, you form up here. If you have more peel already, which you probably will, unless you're like me and have committed pretty much your entire army to, I mean, to nothing. Anyhow, unless you're like me, you pull back your troop, you try and surround them, flank them, because if they have pikemen, which they do over here, even if they are completely disorganized pikemen and it looks such a sexy target, do not fight them. There is no point why you should fight them. It is absolute. Oh my God! Did that hurt, Joseph? Joseph? Yeah, Joseph's dead. Is there a Peter here? Peter got stabbed. Okay, Peter got stabbed. Anyway, that is the case. We still have a hidden ace an ace up our sleeve. A hidden ace. Where is it? There they are. Hello, boys. Hey, how are you? Doing well. Doing well. That's our ace up our sleeve. My artillery is 137 kills. Could have been much better. Still have some Numidian nobles. I believe that's my general. Yeah, he did get slaughtered by artillery. Not the brightest of boys. I mean, this is the remainder of my army, pretty much. This is all I have left, which is not much at all. And my ally has been piling up the pressure on this side and trying to do his best to hold the flanks here. Now, this desert cohort is doing some damage, and I have another desert cohort here, which is trying to not get sandwiched between every other unit possible. Now, for some reason, those Turok swordsmen have not moved from up there, and that is very bad for us, because now what they're doing is they're pulling up their troops behind. Now, another reason why you get spikes, because this happens. Elephants have a tendency of running into spikes, and when they run into spikes, they pretty much die instantly. So the elephants are gone from the game. Another thing that is pretty much gone, it's my slaves. We missed the slaves, but it seems the slaves have killed the Roman ballista, and yeah, well, they're dead. But his legionary cohort did get a few kills, and well, that he doesn't have a ballista anymore. These elephants have been too much of a pain all this game, and they need to be ridden off as soon as possible. He pulled back his pikes because they were getting slaughtered by the missile fire, and he's pushed them over here, I believe. Yes, the Torx pikemen are being pushed over here. That's one of the main reasons they're pushing through, because, well, you can't really fight against so much pikes. At the same time, I've managed to sandwich these units of first cohort, which I'm trying to break, but not managing at all successfully, as more and more of their units are being pushed in. I'm trying to form up a new line, as my ally is telling me fall back and retreat. And really and truly, we don't really have much where to retreat anymore, because we are out of troops. If we fall back to this location, they'll just put archers up here, they'll put archers here, and then just pin us down, rip us to shreds. And we are not Spartans as well, so I just fall back to his line and try to start defending his Turok swordsmen, because really and truly we are dead men, and this blob of troops over here, these Bactrian guard, are I mean, they've done well ish. They could have, again, we could have done so much better, and looking this is like from 2 weeks ago now. Retrospectively, we could have done so much better than we did, but we didn't, because we knew nothing more than that. But this is absolutely fine. The elephants finally managed to come out here. They've killed the general, and they are breaking the legionary cohort. It took them a while, but they came outside, and they've done that, and we've missed the beautiful charge on. So, interview. How did it feel to be run over by fat elephants? Yeah, we don't talk about their weight. Yeah, you're right. They'll run me over. Elephants are beautiful creatures, and they're not fat. They're just thick-boned or something. Now, there's a problem over here, because this arrow tower is doing so much damage to the elephants that it is really and truly, fire elephants. Elephants go crazy. Woo. That's a smart idea. So, yeah, it's bad. Try to avoid tortoises when you have elephants, because elephants can have a tendency of going cuckoo around pathfinding. It is Rome 2 after all. This game was finished in 2013, and they've never fixed the pathfinding of this game at all, but such is life. Now, they went cuckoo, and I am at the same time trying to capture this little wall over here. Now, interesting facts, if you notice, the the circle to capture this wall, right? This tower, it doesn't come up here. So if you have a unit up here, you'll not be capping it. So it's a sneaky technique, but you could have a unit down here which caps this, and there will be a unit up here happily trying to defend it, which will die. We'll see that later on, but I thought that was something that would be very interesting. Over here, my last desert cohort unit manages to get into the formation of the Stork Pikemen, which I'm trying desperately to break through. But of course, I mean, these are pikemen. These are pike unit. They've killed 80 men, which is not much for a pike unit, but we are not in good shape. This is what we're fighting. This is what we have left. Yeah, we're not good. And they have missiles and arrow towers and stuff. I mean, it does look a whole. I mean, look at the carnage over here. Didn't want the body. So there are a couple of units, Royal Peltas, mercenary creature and archers, and a beautiful Turk swordsman over there. There are a couple of first cohorts which are in testudo formation and ready to rumble and bumble. Yeah, Rome still has a lot of troops. Again, I barely got to fight it, but at this point, I was like, you know what, it's time to charge, boys. So we start going against, you know, bringing up the army, charge Desert Hoplites. Meanwhile, this is a smart move, big brain move, as it's called. He moved his legionary cohort up on the wall to escape the wrath of the elephants. 178 kills on those elephants. They still can go a long, long way. Two, and come on, last one. Last one. He still has troops. He shouldn't have troops left. This should be being capped right now. I am not entirely sure what's happening. Could be being capped, it could not be. I'm trying to charge at these guys. These Cretan archers have been accidentally charged into the gap, I believe. Either that or they are very low on ammunition, so he sacrificed them trying to save his men. More Cretan archers are being charged in. Now, 85 kills on Cretan archers, not the smartest of things to happen, but yeah, I mean, I've had a game recently where I managed to get up to 300. I mean, again, it's just a game of patience. It's about falling back, knowing when you've done enough damage. Like, if I left 2 units over there, it would have done as much damage as all the units I sacrificed, and if I just pulled back in decent time and kept my cavalry till the end of the game, you know, these are all things you're learning as you're playing the game, as you practice. And I think I went from 12th edition of multiplayer battles with Linksy to I think now we did the 20th edition today. So yeah, we definitely did a lot, put a lot of more elbow grease, and apart from that, I've been also playing a lot more, not offline but off stream with the Discord channel, and it's going really well. Yeah, like you get to learn a lot, and of course I have to take my hat off to Essence, who just brings just so much flavor to the game and explains so much more of the details. Yeah, just side note, check out his channel, Perfectly Casual. I'll link it down below. Fantastic guy, starting out, just give him some love. Just if you do so, leave a comment on his latest video, links he sent me here or something. Just let him know. Maybe he doesn't brutalize me the next time I play against him, because he's like, I've never met someone so good at Rome 2. Genuinely, that guy deserves to just have a major league tournament or something. As we saying that, they finally recaptured this bloody fort tower, and that is not good for us. That is definitely not good for us. These desert cohort over here are well, they lost their general, but you know, their desert cohort. Now, this I found really funny. This unit of hoplites somehow managed to hold these elephants for so long. I mean, they eventually broke, yes, but they've managed to hold on for so long that it was unrealistic. Unreal, not unrealistic. I mean, it could have been realistic. Who knows? Brave people put. Oh my god, they are getting slammed around. The elephants are not happy. I am trying to break this so I could assist the elephants, but my men are, I mean, exhausted at this point. The elephants themselves are not in the best of shapes, and honestly, this could only be killed by the elephants at this point in time. So pull them back, let them rest, but they're not being given that chance. Thorax Swordsmen are not going to hold that very well against, especially such a depleted unit of Thorax Swordsmen are not going to be holding that well. Now, over here, these Thorax Pikemen are having a lovely field day because the enemy is like pikes, elephants, pikes, elephants, pikes, elephants, pikes, elephants, pikes. Yeah, pikes all day, every day. Now, I tried to do one of my sneaky moves up here, but he matched my moves. Either that or we were thinking the same thing at the same time, and it went lovely. We've managed to break through a little bit over in the sun, and we're pushing by. This battle has been interesting to now, and finally balance of powers in our favor for the first time in God knows when. I'm trying to push my units forward, give some time to these elephants to rest, but these units are not going to be living a long, happy life. The noble infantry over here and the desert cohort are going to be fighting on the arrow tower, and that's not going to end well for us. I mean, this arrow tower is pretty much one hit kill. The elephants are going through. Oh, that is a nice charge. That is nice, but they should have really rested. They're 350 kills. They're quite happy what they've done, and yeah, the trick here is they needed to have gone berserk. They need to go berserk because if they go berserk, they can keep charging through and they start ignoring unit collision. At the same time, the terror that they're doing to the legions is significant. On this side, I try to charge out and kill, snipe the enemy general, but because we were like, yeah, we kill the general, we'll be able to get defeats, a victory really easily, but I noticed the elephants and the calf charge once I broke formation, and this is not healthy for us. Thankfully, their calf charge came at a bad angle, but as such is life. 400 kills on these elephants, they're doing well. My infantry is not having the best of times, and the elephants start falling, even though they're killing a lot. Somehow they're being pushed back by this blob of infantry. It's not something you have to see often, but such is Rome. Over here, these armored Numidian spearmen are holding their own against the first cohort, which is just insane because there's more. Oh, just more or less the same. And these first cohort are being pushed back. They've been attacked in the rear. I mean, they're facing the right direction. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but they've been attacked in the rear, so it's okay. And my men have 98 melee defense. My men are trying to hold as the elephants retreat, as they are very exhausted now, and their morale is going down in the dumps. They have a lot of health left, but again, just get them to relax and leave the fight to my men. My men are losing decisively, and I am not sure why, because they're fighting Thorax and Royal Peltas, and these guys are... I guess, okay, fair enough. Royal Peltas have 65 attack, and that is really good, and they're being supported a lot. But with even off the odds, right? A number of their men who died over here. Their general unit is still alive, but he's taken a little bit of a beating. His Greek onager and Thessalian cavalry is finally breaking, and his these Thorax Pike have gotten a lot of kills. Now, the one thing that we had against us left, the major obstacle apart from these Royal Peltas over here, is this unit of Thorax Pikes. Now, my men over here were fighting underneath the tower, and at this point in time, I believe my general starts to die. Yeah, casualty sustained. Yeah, I don't know how this happened, but all of a sudden my general's like, nope, 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 nope. We're getting out of here, and that's it. That's my general breaking. Not very happy. Yeah, I don't know how this happened now. It didn't happen before. They're in the same exact position. Probably, I don't know. Anyway, the capture of the Sarah Tower is going to be useful to deal with that unit of first cohort, which went up there to get rested, whereas my is getting rested. Both of the generals are dead. The elephants are still exhausted. I mean, they have been trampling on over so many dead bodies that is insane. Now the problem, which that he was going to retreat and bring them back here and just use them as a final defense. The only problem with that was that, well, there were stakes here, and charging elephants in the stakes. We saw how. I mean, I don't know how these elephants ended up here. The elephant bodies tend to become movable. Like, look at that. The movable objects, like, they're moved around. Like, I have no idea. What the hell is happening there? These guys still have bows, so they're firing a little bit of ammunition into this mess, but these Numidians are not having the best days of their life. Absolutely okay. My desert cohort charges out one last final time, and it's going to try and surround this Thorax Pike unit and do the damage it needs to do. Now, what is gonna happen here? Well, you pull out this unit from this angle. You see that his unit is running after you. He's bringing more units from the other end. Like, nope. There's arrow tower, fire. Like, I made a mistake. Run, 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 run. There's another arrow tower over here. Ooh, you can capture that. You'll be able to break. So that was the idea, I think, behind all of that. But we'll see. What is happening? African Onager. African Onager is being my general right now. Oh, how sweet. The Desert Cohort in the front over here. It's fighting, trying to support the pike units. And this Royal Peltast, the general unit, is dying to the Torx pikemen over in... well, words fail to come to me. Okay, their words came back. So they come and the Thorax pikemen are dealing with his army. His Thorax pikemen also come in, and now it's an engagement of 2 Thorax pikemen from each side, which is lovely. I neutralized this tower using my trusty testudo formation learned from the Romans. My idea is to get onto the walls and see what I can do, but yeah, he still has so much, and he starts instantly marching against me, so I was like, oh yeah, I don't have enough time. I wanted to get onto the walls, neutralize this, so we can push forward and start fighting. My men pretty much are just not having a good time fighting this unit of Thorax Swordsmen. We're down to our last few units. The elephants are active, finally, about blood time. My Norwegians up here are enjoying watching this massacre happening. Like, this is point blank shooting. It doesn't make sense because this arrow tower is shooting the men that are manning it pretty much. But it's good for us, right? It helps. These elephants charge through. The spikes were... yeah, I think there was a spike there. So one of these boys just died. But anyway, these spikes are just gone. The elephants come in for a rear charge, and these are the MVPs of the battle. Just let's slow it down. Let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this beautiful, beautiful charge. It's coming. We're gonna press K. We're gonna hide the cursor, and we are gonna press F12 at the opportune moment. There you go. I said press F12. There you go. Lovely. Okay, back. Oof, beautiful shot. Maybe a thumbnail worthy picture. Look at that elephant. Look at that glorious thing. Picking up the males, human males, throwing them into the air. Oh boy. Oh, no, no, they're dying. The elephants are dying. The elephants are not enjoying this at all. And Thorax pikemen are breaking. True, but their general died, and casualties sustained, and well, basically the elephants going ham on the troops. It's not going very well for the Macedonians and the Romans. The Romans have pretty much all but broken. There's only these Romans actually broke through this angle, and my onager is just trying to hold over there, but at the same time, armored Numidians are coming, trying to cap the gate, which would provide a lot of support. These pike units are facing the wrong way, and 5 very angry elephants are now charged into the rear of that. And that is the end of the pike units. The Royal Peltasts are gone as well. Rome still has a couple of units here and there that is trying to set up an attack, an assault of sorts. These poor desert cohort are surrounded from every angle. They're outnumbered, but fear not, reinforcements are coming. I mean, look at that. And I think with that, it's game. It came down to the last few men over here. Like, legit, like, it took a long time to... Oof, that elephant did not have fun there. And I believe this fort gets neutralized at the right time, and the elephants have nothing else to fear. The first cohort over there is breaking. He puts the other first cohort on the wall. He's trying to run to the wall, but they have been engaged, and they're not living the healthiest of life under the foot of an elephant. Only 2 elephants are left, granted, but he would not have been able to break us with what he had left. The main gripe I have is they did not attack this wall, which would have been smarter for them. Or perhaps even one of them attacked here and stretched us as thinly as possible to do as much damage as possible to us. Being that all that is said, it's was a really interesting game, quite fun. So I decided to share it with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I think that's basically it. The carnage is immense. It's a bog standard classic Rome 2 battle, like, choke points held, massive blob, lots of dead people. It's almost a tapestry. It's almost a Pollock. Look at that. The reds, the blues, the vibrancy. It's coming up. It's just dead bodies at the end of the day. Okay, with that broken, yeah, they don't really have much that they can escape. They have army losses, penalties, and I believe that's the game. And that is game. GG. It was a fun game. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And before we do end the video, let's look at the results of the battle. So, what do we have? Well, we have Legido being pretty much the MVP of this game with 2,688 kills. Of course, the elephants having 650 kills. We're going to add 2 more kills because they probably killed some of our men as well as they were trampling everywhere. The cavalry did not do so well, but then again, his archers did fantastic, and his hoplite walls and Bactrian Royal Guard, fantastic holding. The Thorax Pikemen, of course, then at the end pulled through and did a lovely job. On my end, well, quite shameful display, except for my slave infantry, which did fantastic, and I'm very proud of them. But the rest of my troops, shameful display, especially the general, which is meant to do much more than it actually did. Ezzy, my man, well, just really good across the board again. Fantastic kills, 2,085 kills. The Thorax Pikemen did well. Onager could have been used a little bit better if they was brought into the settlement and emptied into our army, point blank. The archers are, of course, American Cretan archers. They could have done better, but then again, they were fighting against really, really heavily armed forces, and the Royal Peltas melted our forces. I'm not a big fan of Royal Peltas, but again, 1 or 2 units of them can do miracles. Plus, they're a melee unit. They're allowed to be brought in, but they have a really good missile damage. Master Okar. His elephants unfortunately died prematurely. His missiles, not so good. Across the board, I mean, legionnaires are legionnaires. They do damage, and veteran legionnaires, such as these guys. Now, first cohort, of course, are going to do a lot of damage. His general unfortunately got sniped early, and his ballista did really well, but again, didn't get the chance to get inside the settlement. As I said, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for everything. Don't forget to check out Assistance Challenge. It's in the description box below. And if you guys want to play with us, just join the Discord link in the description and say hi. If you... Oh, one last thing, of course. If you do have your own replays that you want me to cover, please send them on totalwarbro@gmail.com and let me know, because I really love to see fun plays. Doesn't matter how crazy it is. Doesn't matter if it's not the most professional or like really, really, really high level gameplay. It's always fun to watch replays that people send, and you always learn something new. Just don't send me a replay with 40 units of cavalry charging into 5 units of pikemen, even though that is amazing to see. It's painful. That's really painful. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.